Okay. So welcome to week 9, week 10. I'm starting to lose track of a study group. I hope you've all been enjoying this virtual Wise Scholars programming. And awesome. Everyone's joining. Who's excited for next week? Next week, we're not going to have seminar or study group. So just FYI, make sure you don't accidentally try logging into your seminars or study groups. I'll make that announcement again towards the end. But this week, we're going to do our part 2 of time awareness. So 2 weeks ago, we started our journey of time awareness. So part 2 is planning for a productive life, time blocking, okay? So before we get started and while others join in, I just want to review CLASP so that you all can have a good idea of what CLASP is, and so that throughout the entire session, you're looking out for who you can shout out at the end, all right? So really quickly here, Isaac, what do you think commitment means in terms of the CLASP values?
Commitments like just putting like effort into what you're doing.
Yeah, so you have to have effort, right? And then specifically for Wise Scholars, it means we all have stuff going on in our personal lives, but when we come to Wise Scholars, we're here to work and focus and strengthen our why. Awesome. How about Makita? What do you think leadership? Why is that our value? One of our values.
So you can show like set example for everybody else, I guess.
Yeah, right? We want to get better, but we can't force everyone to get better unless we start with ourselves, right? So we start with ourselves and then we go on. Awesome. And then attitude, just a reminder, it's not just about having a good attitude like, oh, she's so happy all the time. It's more about, okay, if I'm going to say something, I'm actually going to follow through and do it, right? I'm committed. Self-discipline, you want to take action, not procrastinate. And finally, passion, take risks and learn from all of our failures, right? They're learning experiments. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of cameras that are off, so please turn your cameras on. I know some of you have already told me why, so if you haven't told me why your camera's not on right now, send me a private message right now, please. Thanks for those of you who are on time. We're gonna participate and share. It's totally fine to pass. And remember, this is a respectful and judgment-free zone. Awesome. Okay, so to get started for today, we're gonna go ahead and open up your time discovery log and your YSP journal, okay? So as soon as those two things are open, give me a green check. Since you have both of those open, give me a green check. Yes, in the participants section. Thank you, Isaac. He's ready. Ready for today. Alan's got it. Thanks, Alan. Ryan's good. All right, all right, all right. Just wait on a couple more people. Welcome, Meraki. I hope you are able to join us and enjoy our study group. And also for folks of you who joined a little bit late, just a reminder, next week there is no study group or seminar because it's Thanksgiving, okay? All right. Makita and Meraki, do you have your time discovery log and YSP journals open? On it? Okay. And then Axel, do you have it open? Awesome. Thank you for your check. Yes. Okay. Don't worry, Makita. You can just keep working on that. Let me know if you can't find it or have issues, okay? All right, awesome. We're a team. No one gets left behind. Okay. So today our session will be successful if we all reflect on our time spending habits, right? That was 2 weeks ago. We're gonna learn how to do time blocking, and we're gonna try that just for one day tomorrow. Check-in question. Okay. Check-in question of the day is, if you could be any animal for just one day, which would you pick? Okay, so go ahead and drop your answers in the chat box. And you can add your reason why, and we'll share out a little bit. So I'll go first. If I could be any animal for a day, I think right now I just really like want to get out a little bit. So I'd probably be like an eagle. I feel like those are the most majestic birds. So I could fly around and not feel kind of cooped up. But how about all of you? Ooh, I like this.
Do we write it or share it?
You can put it in the chat box, and then I'll call on a couple of you to share out. Sound good? Okay. Also, thank you to those who sent me private messages. I understand. Thank you. Ayushna says lion because of their attitude. Ooh. Isaac says a toad, so he can swim in a lake and live by a forest. Did anyone read the like frog and toad books when they were younger? It was a mood.
I never read books.
Okay. All right. Axel's also wanting to fly around. I feel that. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, Esperanza, what do you mean about elephants? You can unmute yourself. Like, what do you mean they're really smart?
Like, do you remember a lot of stuff? And like, they work like in a family kind of.
That's true. They have really good memories, and I think that's like kind of like why they also can cry or like feel emotion. Awesome. Ayushna, okay, let's try just a little bit. What do you mean your attitude's like a lion?
I don't know.
Just a vibe. All right, sounds good. Was that everybody? I think still waiting on Alan. What would you be if you could be an animal for a day? Yes, cheetahs. I love that. And Ryan's also like, we want that flying power. All right, fam, we're about it. We're about it. Cool. How about we go ahead and drop in our feelings in the chat. Give me a feeling or two and maybe why, if you feel comfortable sharing. It's really important. So I'll go first. Today I'm feeling excited because if you're signed up for my growth mindset workshop, it's today at 6. So I'm kind of excited for that. At the same time, a little nervous because I have lots of projects that I need to work on and I'm a little behind. But how are all of you doing today? Oh, also thank you, Alex. He said a sea animal. That's actually very, very cool. I'd want that too. Yay, I'm happy a couple of us are feeling glad because we get a break coming up, Thanksgiving, holidays. Yes. We need a break, right? Yeah. Oh no, Ayush, I'm so sorry. It should be a crime for teachers to give lots of homework over breaks. Okay, I'm feeling eager. Makita's also vibing with that. Have to do lots of things. Yeah, I feel that. All right. Well, I am also very happy that next week we're gonna get a little bit of a break. But also for all those who are feeling overwhelmed or stressed, I'm right there with you. And I hope that this activity is meant to help all of you take charge of that so you feel like you're not being overrun by all your commitments, okay? But thanks for sharing, everybody. Just a reminder, these past couple of weeks, we are learning different tools, right? Google Calendar is one of them. Create appointments. You can add email notifications. Your schedule should look something like this. Okay, I would like everybody to read this quote in their mind or to themselves. And we're gonna discuss about what we think it means, okay? So let's read this together. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. So what do we think that means? Someone came up to you when they're like, look, America, if you don't prioritize your life, somebody else will. What are they trying to tell you? Are there any volunteers that want to go first and take a stab at it? You can just unmute yourself.
Oh wait, do you want volunteers?
Yeah, volunteers. Go for it.
I think that like it's talking about if you like no one's gonna change besides you. Like you have to be the first person to put in that like initiative and stuff like that, because like yes, people can try to help you or like push you in that pathway, but nothing's gonna like start unless you do it and you do the work. So
I love that, actually. Thank you so much, Maggie, for that comment. Yeah, you know, like, have you ever tried forcing someone to change or get them to try to do something else? Like, it can be really hard if they don't want to do it, right? So it starts with you. You got to want it. Awesome. How about Alex? What do you think of when you hear this quote? What do you think it means to you?
You have to do your own decisions and like yeah, I guess that sums it up.
I think so. Yeah, perfect, right? So this entire thing, I want all of you to think about what it means to prioritize. If you've heard that saying, like, if you don't stand up for something, you will fall for anything. It's kind of the same idea. You have to know what is important in your life. Otherwise, for example, social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of these have people that are working 24/7. They're perfecting their algorithms so that you will stay scrolling on the app for as long as possible. So they're fighting for your attention, right? And they just might take over your time, right? Your time is yours, unless you start giving it away to people and things that don't really align with your values, okay? So we're gonna be thinking about how we prioritize and manage our life. Okay, really quickly, let's see. I wanna ask everybody a question. How do you prioritize your life right now? What do you use to manage yourself? Okay, so maybe I'll call him, let's see, Ryan, what do you do to manage your life or prioritize things in your life?
I don't know.
How about, what do you use to like schedule different things that are important for you?
I write it down.
You write them down, right? That's really good, right? So that's one thing you can do is like have something where you just keep a list of everything that you got to do that day. Perfect. I know the past couple of weeks we've been thinking about calendaring systems, right? So how about Alan? What system works best for you to like keep yourself organized and managed?
Google Calendar.
Google Calendar, yeah. So some people prefer paper, some people prefer online. Today we're gonna learn about a little bit of everything, okay? So I want you to think about the pros and cons of whatever system you're using right now. So like for me, I had like this big calendar. Yep, had it because it's not here. And it was like a big monthly calendar, and it was great because I could see everything that I had to get done. But the con was that it couldn't send me notifications, you know, so I might forget. So, okay, Today we're going to talk about planners versus schedules. So off the top of your head, Ayushna, what do you think the difference is between a planner and a schedule? Any ideas?
No, schedules. I don't know. Planner is like something you're gonna do, and schedule. I don't know. Probably isn't like same thing or something.
Okay, so maybe we're like, I don't know. To me, they're kind of the same. Okay. How
I mean, like
about?
schedule.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I?
Go for it, Ayushna.
So like schedule. Like for example, if you like go to work, you have a schedule. You don't have a planner.
That's
Schedule is like,
true.
okay. So like Monday through Friday, you work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's like a schedule. Planner is
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna do this at 5 p.m. I'm gonna do this at 8 p.m. Like, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I like that. So maybe like one gives more of like a time frame and the other one's just like to-do list. All right. Isaac, do you have any other ideas about the difference between a planner and a schedule?
Maybe a planner is, I don't know, like a schedule could be stuff that you're already gonna do. Like planner is what you want to do, what you're planning to do.
Yeah. Okay. So these are really great thoughts because honestly, I was thinking like they sound the same to me. But here we're going to dive a little deeper. Okay. So a planner is basically like gives you a list of things that you have to get done that day. It allows you to figure out your priorities. But the con is that it doesn't give you a good sense of timing. So I'm a big fan of to-do lists. I will like write down like Tuesday, and I'll just put like boom, 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 boom. Like I have to do my homework. I have to like feed the dog. I have to clean my room, right? And then I can like kind of put which I want to do first. Like most important one is clean my room. Second one's feed the dog. Second one, whatever I said. But the bad thing is that I don't really have like a time in my schedule where I'm going to tell myself, I'm going to do this, right? It's just kind of like somewhere floating in my day. On the other hand, a schedule gives you a clear idea of step by step how you're going to go through your day. It cuts down to thinking, what should I do next? Oh, I have free time. What else do I need to get done? But a con is that your schedule might not show you the bigger picture, right? So really quickly, a quick poll in the participants buttons. Give me a check yes if you feel like, oh my goodness, my schedule, I just feel like I do the same thing every day. Like it's pretty much the same thing. I don't really like change or have things that are different. Do any of you feel that way? Check yes. Alan's like, yeah. Oh, a lot of us feel like that. Yeah, I remember being in high school and feeling like, oh my goodness, like life is so boring right now. Like I'm just doing school and like, but this is the whole purpose of this, right? We want you to be able to say, hey, what do I actually care about in life? And am I putting time into those things? Okay. So planners are good because we can prioritize like what's important. And schedules are good because they can give us like a structure to do them. So there's not really like one's better than the other. We want you to understand that if one has a strength that the other doesn't have, combine them and make it work for you, okay? So if everything has made sense until right now, give me a check mark. Oh, I'll clear them. Give me a check mark yes. If you're kind of confused or have a question or a comment, give me a check no. Check for understanding. Awesome. Most of you are getting it. Alan Esperanza, have any questions?
No, I'm good.
You're good? Perfect. All right. Well, you've all done such a good job at reflecting right now. So we're going to go ahead and give you all a 2-minute water break stretch. I'll see you back here at 22. Thank you. Word. we're gonna do a quick time discovery log reflection. So really quickly, in your YSP journals, wherever you are for this day, I'd like everyone to just jot down some of your answers to these questions. Look at your results from 2 weeks ago that you all did. What was difficult about this assignment? What surprised you or stood out about your results? Were you expecting them? Did something catch you off guard? What areas do you think you need to improve on by reducing hours? So maybe you notice like, dang, I spent way too much time eating, I don't know, whatever activity you do. And so you want to cut back on some hours. And then what areas do you think you can improve on by adding more hours, right? So maybe you're like, oh, you know, I actually don't really exercise a lot. That could be good for me. So it's fine if you don't have like a ton of answers for here, just jot down some ideas. Because we're gonna go into a group partner share. We're just gonna go into breakout rooms and share out with your partner what you all thought of. And then we'll come back and share. So I'll give you maybe another minute to think about these questions, and I'll write them in the chat so you have them during your breakout rooms to reference, okay? And they can be anything. There isn't a right or wrong answer here. This is about your reflection and your priorities and how you manage your time. Okay. So I'm going to pause the share just to create the breakout rooms. All the questions are in the chat box below. And you're going to be in groups of 3. So go ahead and all of you take turns answering each of the questions. And then when we come back, we'll just share out some ideas that the group had shared. All right. Create breakout rooms. Open all rooms. Meraki, did you get an invite to go into a room?
Sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, bye.
Okay,
Yeah, I
bye.
was already wondering. Okay,
You're
bye.
good. Resume recording. Yeah, we always pause it. Okay, awesome. If not, that's great. How about question number 2? What surprised you or stood out to you regarding your results? So looking at your results, what was something that surprised you or stood out? Ryan, any thoughts?
Nothing really.
So you're pretty much like expecting what your results were?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about Alan? What was something that stood out to you looking at your own results?
Something that stood out for me.
Hmm.
I spend like I don't spend a lot of time studying.
Yeah, so you're able to realize like, wow, I actually am in school and doing lots of homework for a lot longer than I thought, right? So that's always good to see. Let's get one more. Isaac, what was interesting to you about your results with this activity?
I saw that I was actually doing some like physical activity in on the weekends when like I just kind of I don't know when where I don't like really do anything.
So you're like, I actually have some time and I can think about putting it into other areas of my life. That's really great, right? And that's what I hope that most of you are able to see. Wow, you know, I take this much time and do this. I take this much time and do this. So that leads us to our last two questions. And I'll take some volunteers. Looking at your results, what areas did you see that you would like to actually cut back hours on? So does anyone want to volunteer like, oh, I want to change how much time I spend doing blank? You can unmute yourself. I heard some really great answers in the groups. Yeah, Meraki. So maybe do you want to share out? The question was looking at your hours, what was some category that you said, oh, I actually want to reduce how much time I spend on this activity? Any?
Well, I guess I kind of like okay, so me and my group mates, I guess we're talking, and I guess we all kind of related to the fact that like at least I related to the fact that like I kept sometimes I like look at my phone when I'm not supposed to, and I guess that kind of gets me off track from what I'm doing, or like I take a lot of like time to accidentally just like go off track and look at other things I'm supposed to do. Yeah, so yeah, at least I connected with that, and I feel like I should stop doing that or reduce that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I actually also noticed when when I did an activity similar to this. I was like, wow, I'm on my phone way more than I'd like to be, right? So going back to that priorities, right? These companies at social media or Facebook, Snapchat, they are fighting for your attention, and hopefully you can win your own battle in focusing on what's important for you. So awesome. How about Axel, was there any other activity that you wanted to cut back your hours on some activity?
I put for um phone and social media.
Yeah, I think we're all in that boat, huh? Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing. How about our last one? What areas would you actually want to increase hours? So what's something that you're like, wow, I don't do enough of blank activity, or I would actually like to create time so I can do blank. Let's see, Alex, do you have any ideas on what you want to improve by increasing your hours?
I think I want to increase hours on like doing or like hobbies because I spend a lot of time studying.
That's so important, right? Remember in the beginning where we were all kind of saying like we felt that we do the same thing every day or our days are just not as exciting or fun. Putting some time for hobbies or things that you actually like to do is a great way of prioritizing what's important in your life, right? So I fully support that. Awesome. How about Alan? What's one thing that you would like to increase your hours for, like an activity?
Probably spending more time with my family.
Yeah, definitely. I know, like, the only time I see my family is like when we sit down to eat, and sometimes even then, like, I feel like I'm so busy that I don't have time to like actually sit down and have a meal together. So great. Thank you everyone for your thoughtful answers. This is exactly what we want to encourage all of you to feel like you're in charge of your life, right? It's not fun when you have to do things that you don't really want to do or you don't feel like you're in control. Okay. So this takes us to time blocking, okay? Time blocking the old school way. So before, when it was just nothing was digital, if you look at this, you can see that this person has all of their time blocks mapped out. So from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Sunday, they put hiking with friends. So maybe like in a planner, you wouldn't have actually wrote down, I'm gonna hike with my friends or I'm gonna play video games. But when you have a schedule like this, you can actually create time in your schedule to do the things that you wanna do. Cool, so like they put when they walk home, they even put, when they work. So the idea is that you're gonna use your planner to figure out what you wanna put in your schedule, right? Your priorities, and then map it out, create time so you can do what you wanna do. So we're gonna convert all of us that did the activity, use it as a guide. So we're gonna plan our day for tomorrow, Friday, okay? So we're gonna do this and we're gonna convert it to a time block. We're not gonna be using Google Calendar, so I'm gonna show you in just a little bit. But basically the idea is, okay, if you put that on Monday, you have 3 hours of school, whoops, then on your time blocking, I should be able to see 3 hours of school, right? So here they have AP Lit, Math, and Bio. If you put that you do 1 hour physical activity, then you should put in here somewhere like they work out, exercise, right? Boom, I see that there. Maybe like you notice whatever you did last Friday or 2 Fridays ago when you did the activity, you want to change something, like you want to spend more family time, you want to do more hobbies, go ahead and do that, okay? It's totally fine. So I'm going to quickly show everybody what I'm talking about. So open up your time discovery logs and we're gonna go down to what's called, on the bottom, you see the log, and then you'll see there's a tab that says time block exercise. We're gonna open that up and it's gonna look like this. So really quickly in the participants button, give me a check yes once you are on here. Awesome, Ryan found it. Esperanza's got it. Yours will be blank, but the idea is to fill it in, okay? Awesome. I think that's almost everybody. Meraki, were you able to find this page?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I'm looking for it. Like right now, I'm sorry, my it's low. But
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I have access to yours,
it's
so
over Gmail, right?
yeah, it's shared over Gmail or your G Drive.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I'll get on it real quick. Sorry. So do you want me to put like the thumb thing when I have it?
Yes. Do you have it?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Private chat me if you have any more issues, okay? But everybody else, I want everybody to change the put tomorrow's day here. We're gonna put Friday, November, what's tomorrow's date? 19th? I had to check. November 19th. Okay, so time blocking, okay? I want everybody to start with the things that you do consistently. So do you have class on Friday? What time do you wake up on Friday? Do you like the set things that are every day for you? So you have a couple of options, okay? You can fill it out, like if I have class from 10 to 12. From 10 to 11, I have one class. I can type it in twice, or you can also, like for example, I put sleep at 11. If you don't want to type it in 4 times, you can just click that cell and then drag it down and highlight the other cells, and it'll just copy for you. Okay. So at the end, I'd like for the entire every hour to be filled out with your important priorities. So looking at this, you should be able to tell like, oh, what's important to America, right? So this is something how I started out. I have an essay that's due this weekend, so I'm spending a lot of time working on my essay. Okay, so I would click it and then just drag down so that I can have that all in.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the where you put sleep and you drag down,
Yeah.
I tried to do that and it just highlighted everything, but it didn't copy. Oh wait, never mind. It just copied it. Oh, I tried it once.
Okay, great. Yeah, I know. It kind of there's like all these different things you can do.
America?
Yes, go ahead.
Can we change the time or not?
I would prefer you didn't. I mean, if you really wanted to. Like, I know some of you have class at 9:15, for example, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah, so if you really want to, you can. What you could also do is round up, be a little early than a little bit later. So you could just put class, like, I don't know, math, and just round up. But if you really want to go above and beyond and have it be like perfectly to what you're doing, I don't have a problem with that, okay? So taking a time every day to just plan out, you know, what do I actually want to do in my day? You are the engineers, you are the creators, okay? So we're gonna have about 5 minutes so that all of us can fill it out. I'm gonna be hopping on to all of your Esperanza, in response to your question, we're putting tomorrow's date. So we're planning our day for tomorrow, Friday. Okay, so you get like a free session with Study Guide to just plan out your day for tomorrow. And that way you're already all prepared and all set for your schedule for tomorrow. I put the right date, right? Oh, I put Thursday. Today's Thursday. Thank you, Esperanza. Friday, the 20th. You're right. Okay, if anyone has any other questions, go ahead and unmute yourselves, okay? But I'm gonna pause share and hop on to check out some of your time blocks. Yeah, make sure that we're all starting and putting in the main things that we know we're gonna do tomorrow. So if we have school for a certain time, I wanna see that in there. When you eat lunch, when you go to sleep. Awesome, Ayushna's really speedy. Awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate some of you that are getting creative and putting like free time and then also putting what you're gonna do in that free time. So that is awesome to see.
Wait, do we fill out the whole thing for tomorrow? Or
Yeah.
just like the essentials?
The whole thing. So put the essentials, right? And then whatever extra time you have free, I want you to really think about what you actually want to do in that free time. Like, what are you going to do, you know, so that tomorrow when you see, you're like, oh, I have free time, and you don't waste like maybe another half hour like thinking about what you want to do. You'll have a more productive life by putting like, I'm gonna, I don't know, spend an hour playing video games with my buddy so I can have some more social time, or I'm gonna practice my drawing skills because I like to draw, but I don't spend enough time on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you
awesome.
check when I'm done?
Yes, I will check yours, Ayushna. I like it. Ayushna, what are you gonna do in your hour of free time? What does that look like for you? So,
Be on my bed.
okay, go ahead and put that, like, relax on my bed. The more specific you can get it, the better, right? Awesome. I really appreciate how specific some of you like your math class and are putting like, go to my favorite math class. So that's really great to see. Yeah. Be very specific. What do you want to do with your free time? Nice. Netflix. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Hopefully you don't have lots of homework like I do and don't have to spend your entire Friday writing an essay. I like it. Some of you are putting great goals that you're actually going to wake up tomorrow and exercise a little bit. Yes, Makita, I can check yours really quick. Ooh, I like your detail, Makita. You're like, at this hour, I'm going to take a shower and get ready. So that's awesome. Yeah, Makita, that looks great. I'm excited for all of you to enjoy your Fridays. Awesome. Yeah, some of you are putting my free time. I'm gonna like watch YouTube videos. I'm gonna talk to my friends. Perfect. Okay, we'll do maybe 2 more minutes. If you already finished and it looks great, go ahead and start thinking of a class shout out that you'd like to share for the group. It can be to anybody or everybody or someone that you had in your breakout rooms today, because we will share out at the end, okay? I'll give maybe like another minute for everybody else to finish up. Alan, did you have any questions about the activity?
No, I'm good.
You're good? Okay. Yeah, I really appreciate the detail. I know some of you are taking a little bit longer to really think about what you want to do tomorrow. I know that you can really pick, and when you get to pick what you want to do on a certain day, I believe that that day just feels like it's better because you actually do what you want to get done and you can enjoy it a little bit more. So thank you everybody for taking the time. So we're gonna do a quick little reflection, and I just want to hear maybe like 2 or 3 people offer up some answers. But thinking about this activity, how do you think that if you did this and you made this part of your life, so you took like 5 minutes every night to plan out your day for tomorrow, how do you think that would benefit you? Do you think that would be helpful? So
You know what you're gonna do like the next day, so like, you have like the time and the stuff that you're gonna do. So like you gotta like follow the plan.
yeah, definitely, right? It's like you don't have to waste time in the actual day to figure it out right on the spot, right? So awesome. Thanks, Ayushna. Anybody else?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I think for me, sorry, but I don't really think this is gonna help because a lot of my day is unpredictable. At least for like me, I have a lot of things that like, if I do plan it out, I just know none of that's gonna happen, and like I'm probably gonna be doing like 5 other random things that just pop up into my life. So, but I know that like I see like a lot of my friends, they just love it so much, and I do think like some people like it totally can work for you, and it's amazing. So, yeah.
Thanks for that insight, Meraki, because you said something that's pretty important that I would like to mention. You know, you kind of feel like I can make plans, but stuff just pops up and demands your attention. You kind of have to, right, maybe do something that you didn't plan on doing. So I think if you have your priorities, right, your free time shouldn't always equal your available time. So if I'm free from like 4 to 7, that shouldn't be like from 4 to 7, anybody can just come into my schedule and be like, hey, I need you to help me do this, right? Make sure you have clear boundaries. Like, what are you going to be able to say no to? Obviously, there are things like family, emergencies that happen, but yeah, I think it's really important to just know your boundaries and really protect whatever is important to you. But I definitely agree, right? These are tools that we are teaching all of you so that you can try them out and see if they really work. I can tell you from my experience, when I do it, life is good. When I don't do it, I kind of feel like a hot mess. So I really appreciate those insights. Great. Well, thank you so much, everybody. We'll take the last couple of minutes to do our class shout out. So I'll go first. I just want to give everyone today a commitment shout out because I know a couple of us were feeling under the weather. We were having technical issues. A lot of our cameras aren't working. Our Wi-Fi is spotty. So I just want to thank you for showing the commitment that you still came, you still showed up, you participated. So class to you. Okay, and I'll let anybody that really wants to give a class shout out go next. So who would like to share?
Yeah, I just want to say the same thing about I wanted everybody to not, but I wanted everybody to like yeah, like we appreciate like the commitment shout out and the attitude shout out because you guys came here even though it's been a very, very stressful few weeks, and yeah.
Thanks, Makeda.
Okay, so I want to give a shout out for leadership and attitude because I feel like Isaac did a really good job with like at first I was confused. I was like I didn't know what to do or something like that. It kind of like stepped up. Okay, we're talking about this, we're talking about that, and this is my experience. And then like also like then I also made a connection with him about stuff he was talking about, so it like led me to talk. So I think he did like really good with that, and that's a shout out to him.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Who would like to go next? Anybody else going once? Going twice? All right. Yeah, so just know that class, we're really wanting to help develop your student success skills and our growth mindset. So thank you, everyone, for also taking a risk and learning a new method that maybe you'd never done before, right? Just a reminder, like I mentioned earlier, no study group or seminars next week. So change that on your calendar so you don't get those reminders. And also everybody should be signed up for your mindset growth workshops, growth mindset. So if you have already signed up for that, make sure that you have it in your calendar. You should be getting a confirmation email about that. And if you signed up for how to be okay with not being okay tonight, I will see you later. But does anybody have any questions about anything? If you're good to go, give me a check yes, and I will dismiss you. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.